I'm Zia. Welcome to Saxon Wrap Up. Today we're here with the South Salem High School principal, Mrs. Tiffin. So we're just going to ask a few questions and, see where that gets us.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay, so what is it like to be a principal of a high school? Like, what is your, daily schedule?
Well, first of all, I think it's really fulfilling to be the principal of a comprehensive high school. It's hectic, it's crazy, but it also is very rewarding. My daily schedule varies every day. I don't think I really have a daily schedule, but I try to be here ready to go by 7, and then I am having conversations with people, or I'm in meetings, or I'm doing classroom observations, or I'm on the phone, or answering emails. There's a variety of things I get to do, and probably my favorite, though, is meeting with students and spending time with students. So, part of my job is attending various plays and musicals and concerts and athletic events, and trying to support students as much as I can in their activities that they've spent so much time preparing for.
And this is kind of off, but do you like it better, or is it kind of compared to middle school? Is that
it's a great question. It's different. I thoroughly enjoyed my time as a principal at the middle school level, and I am very happy to be back at the high school level too. I like them both for different reasons, but it is nice to be back at South and working with high school kids again.
In your opinion, what are the 2 biggest challenges South students face?
I think students in general, I think kids, teenagers in general, face a lot of challenges, so narrowing it down might be a little difficult, but I think one is balance, finding a balance between all of the different commitments that students have made, so that balance between academics and social life and extracurriculars and co-curriculars, and it seems like a lot of our students are very involved in activities here, which I think is fantastic, and then they're also trying to hold down a lot of challenging classes, which also is great, so they're just torn. I think their time is all booked up sometimes, rather than being able to have some free time here and there. I think, too, another challenge might be distractions that teenagers have and students have, and those distractions might be phones and PlayStations and Xboxes, and but they also might be peers who might distract them and take them away from reaching their goals. So those are a couple challenges I think that are probably true of most teenagers throughout the United States right now.
I agree with that a lot. And how would you describe your leadership style?
I have read a lot of books on leadership, and probably the book that resonates the most with me is Good to Great by Jim Collins. And the reason for that is he highlights servant leadership, which talks about being humble, listening to input, working with people rather than working above people, and just looking for contributions, being open to input from everyone that you work with. And I think that's helped me. I see myself as being in a position to help people, whether it's students or teachers, to remove barriers, to remove obstacles so that they can reach their potential.
I agree. I think you're a really good leader. I
Thank
look
you.
up to you.
Thank you.
So what is the most important improvement you think South needs to make?
So that's hard for me to pick one, not because we have a lot of improvements to make, but because I'm all about improvement. I think that there's always room for improvement no matter what we're doing. So I think one thing that I would like to see us work on is closing our achievement gaps. And I think one way I want everyone to have options once they graduate. I don't want people to just be barely making it across that graduation stage. I want them, once they get across that stage, to have different pathways and be excited about their future. And so I think that's something that we need to work on, and one way to do that is to increase the number of students in our most challenging classes so that they have that work ethic and that perseverance to succeed in work or in college, and also increase the rigor in all of our classes. So again, no matter what class students are taking, they are getting the preparation that they need to take that next step, whatever that step might be.
Do you think there could be like a class in between regular classes and IB level?
There could be, although it might be hard to offer so many different classes and make sure all of those classes are full. I think the solution that might be more financially feasible would be to have, instead of having a class in the middle of the two, having the regular classes come up to that level.
Okay, that makes sense. And what do you think South is doing well?
I could probably talk for hours on that. I think we're doing a lot of things well. We have teachers who care about kids. We have teachers who have committed their lives to doing everything they can, doing whatever it takes. We have an incredible IB program. We have the best Aspire program in the district. We have a great AVID program. Our athletics, we've had 4 teams this year already that have gone undefeated in conference. We have gotten a couple of state championships the past couple of years. Music brings home at least one state championship every year. Seems like DECA and culinary bring home state championships. So it seems like whatever we are involved in, we do it well. And I think honestly that has to do with the population that we have, the people that we have here, whether it's our teachers, our parents, our students. I think we're all working to make sure that we're meeting our potential and that we're excelling. We don't seem to settle for just fine. It seems like we're always striving for excellence.
And where do you hope to see South going in the next 5 years?
So, as I mentioned, I think everything can improve, and I'm all about that. So, I have a lot of goals for us in the next 5 years. I think I'd like to see all Saxons taking one IB class. I would like to see as close to 100% of our juniors and seniors in the Aspire program so that they can be planning for their future. I want to see 100% of our Saxons graduating. I think even having one student not make it across that stage is one student too many. So I want to figure out ways that we can make sure everybody makes it. I think I'd like to see 100% of South students being connected in some way, whether that's being on a film crew or a news production crew, or maybe it's being involved in a club or some amazing program. I would like for every student to feel connected so that they want to be here. I think we're thriving in a lot of ways, and I want to continue that. So in 5 years, everybody thinks the South is the place to be.
And as you guys know, we had a lockdown yesterday. And how do you think that went?
I think for the most part it went pretty well. I mean, we planned it obviously at the worst possible time it could be. So it was purposely planned when all 1,800 kids would be out in the hallway. We figure if we plan for the worst, that we'll be prepared for anything. So most students took it very seriously. I think the halls cleared very quickly for the most part, and most classrooms were quiet as Officer Johnston and other people went around to check rooms. It's really important when we do these drills that we take them as seriously as we can, because there are a lot of staff members in the halls trying to figure out what we can do better. And so if we do them seriously, I think we get more ideas on how we can improve communication and improve procedures. Like having doors locked, like having all the lights off, having everybody be quiet. I mean, the whole idea is to make it look like students aren't in the rooms. And so if everybody's following along with what we're supposed to do, then it's going to go pretty well. And I think it did. I think we still have a few things to talk about, such as what do you do if you're stuck outside and a lockdown happens and you can't get in? And, in that case, my advice is get away from the building as fast as you possibly can, because you're probably safer than everybody else, so get out of here. But for the most part, I thought people handled it really well and really quickly, and I think we're getting better and better at it. So hopefully we won't ever have to use what we learned.
Yeah, it was at a very inconvenient time. Like, my teacher was out of the classroom as he was, like, just getting back from lunch kind of.
Sure.
And the door had, like, a little lock problem, so the students were very thrifty and barricaded the door. So I think we're good.
So the students knew what to do, even though the adult wasn't in the room.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we want, is everybody, given whatever the situation is, and no matter where you are, you use your common sense and help yourself out. So that's fantastic.
Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Anytime.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, thanks for watching. I'm Zia, and this has been Saxon Wrap Up.